So Zelensky comes out and tells us exactly what it takes to end the war. Now, to be honest with you, it should scare the living daylights out of you what he wants and what he expects America to do for Ukraine. Sadly, what we see with our politicians is they tend to go along with what he says. However, this time may not be the same. Also, we're going to talk about the fact that UK Liberals and Labour Party are sending people over here to help get Kamala elected. Wouldn't that be an interference with other countries coming into our elections? I mean, don't you think that's a little far-fetched? They said 100 Labour members, liberal members of their parliament and of their representation is coming over to assist Kamala. I would say that's an interference by another country. Also, do we put any weight in the fact of Kamala bringing all these stars, people like Usher and all these special people, celebrities, to endorse her? Or is she just bringing them because, to be honest with you, they're the ones drawing the crowds? I mean, Lizzo, Usher. Why don't we simply talk policy and quit trying to woo us with these celebrities that actually don't do anything for us? And then lastly, China says, let's prepare for war. They circled Taiwan just last week, but Xi came out and made a shocking announcement saying, I want my people ready for war. That's a lot. There's a lot of things going on in the world that should make us a little fearful, because now we don't know who's president. And to be honest with you, election coming up, and if Kamala wins, you think this is going to go in a positive manner? I think not. Let's dive into these stories today. Hey guys, welcome to the Max. Thank you so very much for being here today. If you are new to the channel, go down here, press subscribe, ring the bell. Give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down, that's okay, but let us know what you think about the content of today's video. Again, remember, when you subscribe, you are entered into a giveaway each and every month that we do on the first of the month of the next month, and it's hundreds of dollars worth of goods that we give you, and I can't wait to share those things with you, so please subscribe and share our content. Now let's talk about the things of today. Zelensky came out and made an announcement. He said, the only way, and this is what he told Trump, and this is what he's told a lot of other politicians, the only way that I back down is either through nuclear war or NATO's membership. He says either we will get nuclear weapons and we will be set to be able to bomb into Russia, or NATO membership. Now, what's so crazy is, why don't we give this guy a leg to stand on? He's this little leprechaun that wears this little green outfit instead of wearing a suit in the midst of trying to promote his nation. He's a worthless man, honestly. I hate it for his people, but this guy is not selling the help Ukraine. He's actually selling it just to help himself and make him look even worse. To me, if you're offering nuclear war or NATO membership, that's ridiculous. And if the West and NATO bends to this, again, this just shows how weak our leadership truly is when it comes to these foreign leaders. And that kind of leads me to the next story. This is considered Nuke Week. Mauro Nafal shared this. It says, welcome to Nuke Week. NATO tests nukes, Putin tests nukes, and we all could go boom. Now, what he's saying is it's kind of like the Shark Week for major nuclear war. It says this week NATO kicks off a steadfast noon nuclear drills involving 14 countries and multiple nuclear capabilities, testing sites, bomb shelters, and also specifically working in Europe and Germany, Italy, and the Netherlands. NATO collectively has 100 nuclear bomb stations across Europe, primarily air bases in rapid deployment. Russia holds the world's largest arsenal and 1,500 deployed weapons and hundreds of launch sites across its vast territory. Nations do drills and make people ready for war. Now again, this comes down to the next story that I just brought up with China. China came in and stated this. It says, China Xi Jinping has called for its military to comprehensively strengthen and train itself as we prepare for war. Direct quote from Xi. He made these remarks during the visit of the brigade of the People's Liberation Army Rocket Force. Just days after a massive military drill around Taiwan, Xi is doubling down on his aggressive stance, saying he urged soldiers to enhance the strategic deterrent and combat capabilities because we are going to war. Focus your energy on fighting, working hard on fighting, improve your capabilities to win. Now Normally when you think, oh, let's cross the world, no big deal. We don't really have our hands in all. Yes, we do. We have a leadership who has put our troops in our military capabilities all in the midst of all this that's going on in Eastern Europe, Russia, and China, even in the Middle East. So now we're involved in, could possibly be 3 world conflicts that could easily end up with some kind of nuclear fallout or World War III. Is this really what we want? Has anybody checked on Biden? We saw him the other day at the funeral for Kennedy, but really, where else has he been? What has he shown that actually he's done? And again, we're worried about the world, we're worried about Europe, we're worried about all this stuff, but we have interference in our own elections. There's a new story that come out that says Keir Starmer and the Labour Party, the liberals, are now sending people over to America to help Kamala win. Now, I want to think about that. The British Labour Party. Now, if you remember, we declared our independence from Britain a few years back. If you remember that, it's a big deal, 1776. But you help me understand why we're allowing this country to send delegates and send people over to help elect one side of the aisle. That would be an interference into our elections. Didn't the Democrats throw fits for the last 8 years over Russia? And really, Russia was not even proven to be right. It was actually proven to be a false story. Well, now they're actually saying they're coming over here to help Kamala. That's called interference. And if I was Trump and I win this thing, I'd have a really good talk with our European allies. Because actually, are they European allies, or are they just trying to fulfill what they want in our nation? Remember 1776, that was independence from every country, including Great Britain. And last story we're going to talk about for the day, CDC begins assessing the border pollution at San Diego County. Now, isn't this oxymoronic? So we have the liberals wanting to let in people. These same liberals are the ones who push for all this climate initiatives and how we're ruining the world, while all of a sudden taking our cows away, taking our grasses away, and putting metal fake junk that's going to somehow give us energy. I digress. That's not what we're talking about. But I do laugh is that they won't open borders. Well, now San Diego County has a border pollutant problem. Because of all the people that are coming across the border, they're leaving their waste. They're leaving their filth. They're leaving their trash, all, and it's piling up. And now CDC says it's a public health crisis for the people of San Diego. I think this is just kind of funny to me, to be honest with you. And I hate it for the people of San Diego, especially if you're not some of these liberals. But now because you push these agendas, you're living with the problems that you have created. Now we have a pollutant problem, and they're trying to figure out what to do. So now we're going to spend millions to let them in, millions to house them. Now we're going to spend millions to clean up after them because they're from third world countries, which is used to throwing their trash out on the road. We want uncivilized third world country. We're becoming that in America. Look at our cities, people. Go back and look at independent journalists filming things like this in some of these cities. Look, he's not political, but look at Peter Santinello. He goes to these areas, and it shows how dilapidated some of these cities are and how nasty they are, all because people are brought in and they have no respect for America. You want to look at what America's future looks like? Look at Cuba. Look at Haiti. Look at these third world countries. Look at Mexico. Where's corruption? That's exactly what we're importing, and for some reason we think that we can make it better. It's ridiculous. So I think it's absolutely funny that California now has to spend millions of dollars to declare a public health crisis to fix a problem that they should have never had. It says South Bay residents are receiving visits from the U.S. CDC Thursday in federal agencies in partnering to try to clean up the Tijuana River Valley because of the sewage and the pollution crisis that is affecting so many people. It says the county and the CDC are working towards the community assessment of public health emergency response. They have a public health emergency response because of all these people leaving their trash and garbage and sewage that they shouldn't be living there, and now they're living there. You know, it's amazing when we build houses, even in rural areas, you have to get people out here and tell you how to put a septic tank in and how the watering system goes and all this regulation of how you build your home. All the while, we're allowing people to live in tents on the side of the road with no regulation, no license, and no permits. But you go try to build a building, or you try to go build a house, you better have every T crossed and every dot on every I, and have every licensed permit, and everybody better have some kind of insurance bonded Isn't that absolutely ridiculous? Isn't it amazing that we have built such an upside down world? Now, this is not the point of the video, but think about it. I have land, and the government wants me to pay property tax on the land that I've already bought and paid for. I still have to pay property tax on it. If I want to hunt my own private land, they want you to buy a permit to hunt my own food sources that are coming on my own land. Then when you hunt them, you buy the license for them, you shoot them, then they want you to tag it and bring it for them to specify what you killed because it's actually their property. We're in an upside down world, people. That's just one example. In this San Diego situation, where it's the pollutants and sewage and all this, you can't build a building in San Diego without some kind of major permits, but they can destroy the city and have a public health crisis, and then we're going to pay for them to go basically live in America for free, illegally live here, and make messes like they did, and then we're going to pay millions to clean it up. What a shame. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on these videos. I tell you, you want to Kamala's America, look at Cuba, Haiti, and any other communistic, socialistic society, and then you're going to see the fall of really what America once could be. I love seeing what's happening in Argentina, but you know what it took? It took inflation, depression, socialism, communism to all go through for people got fed up and they started finding people who wanted to help freedom and liberty again. It should not take us to go down those paths to realize we are in the wrong and we need to fix it. The only way to fix it is you got one election November 5th. It's less than it's about 2 weeks away, a little bit more than 2 weeks away. And you're either gonna decide on freedom and capitalism and being able to afford your own bread again, or you're gonna go with people like Zelensky and the Eastern European people and the Western European people that's trying to infect our elections right now and go to complete and utter war with these people and communism. You have one of two choices. A non-vote is a choice for Kamala. You better vote for freedom and liberty. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this video. God bless. Be free, be free.